Hi, this is Brecken with In Spite Of Because Of, and I'm going to show you a little art project that I want to do for my son's room, where my anticipation is going. And so what I've done is I've taken a canvas and painted it red a very long time ago, and now I'm just finally getting to finish it. But so I've painted it red, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and put P in buttons that I have already spray painted black, and then I'm going to put is for, and then I'm going to do an image of a pig that goes along with his first initial. And so we're just going to do just the first stage of a pleek. As I've gone into Google, found an image of a pig, and printed it off. And then I simply took some Heat and Bond, which is this, and you can see on the back side, you can't probably see it from where you're at, but on the back side is like a waxy kind of substance. And that's what's going to heat the image to the fabric that I've picked out. So when you do the Heat and Bond, you want to make sure that you don't cut out the exact image. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you have extra room around, because it's going to make it a sharper line when you cut after you've bonded it to the fabric instead of before, because then I've learned from experience that then you're going to have raw edges and it's not going to look as clean and as nice. So anything that I actually did the right way looks a lot better than what I did the wrong way. So, and it's not a huge difference, but it's enough for me who's kind of a little OCD with that. So, anyway, so I've done the image, I've put it on my Heat and Bond. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to iron it onto my fabric. And so for doing that, you're going to take your iron and you're going to turn it to 4 and make sure that the steam is off. If you have the steam on, it's not going to be a good product. I'm not really sure what to know about me or learn about me through the videos is that I have these great ideas, and then it just takes me a while to get to where I want to be, which is why I am starting part of this, because I love to do a lot of art projects and projects for my boys and just anything. I just like to DIY a lot of things. If I see something in the store, then I want to make my own. Doesn't mean I always know how I'm going to get there, but I'm going to figure it out. And then I'm going to put it on here so that you guys can put some image or some artwork or crafts up a lot sooner than what I've done, because it takes me a long time. So, it takes me a long time to get from my image in my head to my output to know exactly what works, because it's taking me a long time just to get the letters on the wall. I have my fabric here, and what you want to do is you want to make sure that you do it on the opposite sides. You want to do it on the not colorful side, I guess. So I have already ironed it so it's nice and crisp. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to turn it over. And then I'm just going to take my image, and since this is just a picture of something, it's not going to matter how it is on your fabric. And since my fabric is just going to be yellow and white polka dots, all you want to make sure is that you don't get the brand of the fabric. So I'm going to just get the dog hair off first. And then I have my image. So I take my waxy side, I'm going to put that onto the fabric. And I'm going to make sure I'm in far enough where your any fraying edge on the edge of the fabric that you don't have that. So I'm going to take, and of course my iron just turned off. So let's check it again. And it's ready. So I'm going to take it, and all you're going to do is you're just going to put it on, and you're just going to sit there for, I always count to 6 seconds. You really can't go wrong. You just don't want to go too long. So let's see. Okay, and then I'm just going to pick it up. You don't want to push it and iron over it. You just want to take and just put it on top of where you haven't been yet. So there's the second one, and it's a pretty big image, so it's going to take me just probably one more time after this. Okay, and I'm kind of nervous about if it actually does, so I usually go over it one more time. You don't have to, you're not supposed to, but that's just how I am. I like to make sure that things are secure, and especially since it's going on my son's artwork, and I'm not really sure if this is the exact way that it's going to turn out, but that's how I'm hoping it is. So we're going to find out. We're going to do it together, so that's going to be the exciting part. But I do a lot of applique, actually. I've never actually done it on artwork. This is going to be the first time. But I make a lot of my sons shirts, mainly for their birthdays or any special activities. And when I do that, then I end up sewing it onto their shirts and shorts or whatever it is that I've made that I want to make a little design for. But it's usually an image for their birthday. So what I've done is I've already heated this on or attached it or glued it or whatever you want to say. So then all you're going to do is you are going to, just wanted to make sure that that had bonded. So then I'm going to just take and I'm going to cut around my fabric. And if you like to do a lot of projects like this, I could just go straight across, but you never know if you're going to have an image that might come and like have a tail or something. So I try not to waste any fabric. But if you don't do it and this is the only project you're going to do, then it doesn't really matter. But I like to cut it down to a better size or an easier size, smaller size, so that I can work with it a little bit easier. So it's a little bit of a trickier image in that it's a little bit more detailed. When you do a pleat, I like to do more of the bigger size images, and then I don't put eyes or anything like that. I kind of like to leave it to the imagination of what that might look like. Number one, just because I like that kind of a look, not so detailed. But number two, because it's a lot easier. Okay, I'll just cut that out. All right, and here is your final product, is your pig. And what did I do with my canvas? So I'm going to show you kind of preliminary what that's going to look like. So he's either going to go on this side or on this side. Of course, I haven't decided. Probably, I don't know, kind of like that. So he might go over here. And then I'm going to have a big P, and then is for, and then I'm going to have a pig. So there we go. That concludes our first video of a pleat for your artwork if you're going to do a canvas like I am. Thank you for watching In Spite of, Because of.